It's the end of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. Hey, I got Paul Berndt from NetV Pro, and I've had him on before, but today we want to talk about disaster recovery, how COVID is affecting some of these things. And I got to be honest with you, I like Paul because Paul has a great little MSP business. He's helping other dealers kind of get into this disaster recovery space. And Paul, how are you doing, man?
Hey, we're doing fantastic, Ray. I mean, business is booming. Unbelievable. We're getting phone calls are coming in. We have more and more people asking us, how can we work remote? How can we keep remote? How can we stay remote? Should we close our office? Business is great.
Let me ask you a question. So, there's a lot of people trying to guess the remote thing. How many people are going to go back, and then they'll come up with all the arguments why they have to stay in the office. Those are the people that want to keep them in the office usually. But what are you hearing from your customers? Are more people apt to say, hey, we're going to have more people remote, then we're going to bring them all back?
Yeah, no, we have a ton of customers saying this is what we want to go forward. We're going to reduce our office space. We may eliminate our office. What should we do with our servers? So we've got all kinds of proposals and plans of just moving them to the cloud or running them from our data center, and doing those migrations for them so they don't have to maintain that on-site hardware.
Well, here, I'm going to ask you a question. We have a lot of my friends in the imaging channel, even some other MSPs out there as far as that goes. They look at this backup, this disaster recovery and backup as a service kind of a thing. You've built a great company. Really, that was your core deliverable when you started this. You got about, what did you say, 150 customers on your disaster recovery backup program. So there's other backup programs out there. What's different about yours? And let me ask you a question, Paul. Are you able to help some of my friends in the imaging channel if they really want to navigate into that space and really start talking about disaster and recovery and backup?
Yeah, so we started off 10 years ago doing stand-to-stand replications, and I thought that was the way to go. But when Veeam came out with his Cloud Connect piece, we picked Veeam because it can scale all the way down to our smallest client. We can do a desktop with Veeam desktop agents. And we do an on-site copy, and then we replicate all that data, all that exact image. So we're able to take that entire computer as a virtual machine and put it in our cloud, and we can turn it up and run from our cloud data center.
That's pretty cool. So
it's not hard because every system that we design, we just say, how much data they're using. How much CPU and memory, and then we design a customized box for them, for their environment. So it's very scalable. We can go from one desktop to 100 servers.
Interesting.
Not a problem.
So I know most of your clients are your own clients. You do have a partner program. I think you kicked that off earlier this year or late last year. So how's that going for you? Are you getting some partners excited? Are you being able to help people out?
Sorry to talk over you. We have lots of conversations around that, and we did sign up a partner last year, and we're just like this close with another partner right here in South Florida. So I'm more than open to having conversations with and discuss our partner program and why it would be helpful and increase people's revenue, because we're all in business to make some money, and we can do it anywhere in the country.
That's interesting. I know you're down in South Florida. You got a lot of customers up in Minnesota. So Minnesota's open. Florida's kind of closing. We keep going back and forth like a yo-yo with opening and closings. But, for the most part, are your Minnesota customers all up and running? Are they back in the office, or are they still kind of doing half in, half out kind of thing?
Yeah, from what I'm hearing, it is half in, half out. We have some customers that mandated them go right back in the office. And then we have other customers that, they're just like, hey, why do we have this office? So it's all over the board.
Well, it's pretty interesting stuff. Well, I just wanted to bring you on. I think our friends in the imaging channel, sometimes they've been talking to the same people for the last 10 or 15 years, and maybe it's time they talk to some different people because we're not moving the needle a whole lot with IT services. And I think if they talk to folks like you and my friend Gary Thomas, that's been very successful with IT, and Milton Bartley down there in Nashville, there's a lot of players in the space that can help our dealers understand that there is opportunity, but sometimes we got to look a little harder for that opportunity. So I appreciate you having you on. Is there anything you want to add?
Sure. Yeah, like I said, I'm open for consultations and discussing how to increase people's revenue. I mean, at the end of the day, we want to make some money.
We all want to make money, that's for damn sure. And we've seen some major declines in core deliverables, especially around print. So if we can offset some of those massive declines with other options, that's what we all need to be doing. And sometimes those other options are easily approached if we just figure out who to get to help us do it. So, Paul, I want to thank you for having you on. And my friends, remember this: status quo is the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.